Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Susie. Today's video is going to be a little different. We are going junking in an old abandoned house. So this house has been sitting empty since the 80s. This is my husband's great grandparents' house that they built. When they got too old to live on their own, it was just kind of left and not really kept up. And now it is to the point where it's going to be tore down. But you better believe I'm going to get those doors and anything else out of here that I can. This is an old smoke shed here, and there is a ton of jars and no telling what else in here. I've been here once before, but this is the first time I've really had a really good chance to look around. And everything's old and dirty, but I love it, and I can't wait to get my hands on some of this stuff. I came here for a specific reason today, and I'll show y'all that here in a minute. But I'm going to give you a little tour of the house and everything in it.
Okay, so what you're going to see in the video that Susan's doing is a tour of the house. And this was my great-grandparents' house. And we're probably going to be tearing it down this year. It's been sitting here vacant for about 30 years. When they got too old to take care of themselves, they moved in with my grandmother, which was their daughter. And I have a lot of fond memories of the house. I stayed down here quite a bit when I was a child, and my grandpa was a craftsman. He did all kind of things with whittling wood, and he made everything from hand, and he built this house, you know, with just a handsaw and hammer and nails. And so that's just a little bit of the history of the house. It's been here for probably since the 20s, but it's in disrepair, and we were never able to keep it up. But it's got a lot of neat memories for me.
As you walk in the back door, you come into the kitchen. This house literally is 4 rooms. Look at that sink, that old enamel sink. I'm definitely going to try to restore that and make some kind of garden water feature. But this is the reason I came. This Hoosier cabinet is so bad. It is filthy. It's got layers and layers of paint. But the first time I saw it, I knew that it could really be something special. So I'm going to get it out of here and see what I can do with it. As you walk out of the kitchen, you walk into a bedroom, and there is an old dresser here with dovetail drawers and everything. It really doesn't look to be in bad shape, just needs cleaned up and a paint job probably, or maybe not even a paint job. You have to be super careful walking around in here. Floors are falling in everywhere, but look at those tongue and groove walls. There was a big fireplace there, which was the only heat, and that was the living room, and then this is another bedroom. So like I said, 4 rooms in this house. This one still is got the ceilings falling in, but there is a couple of wardrobes in here. Lots of scrap wood. When this house gets tore down, I'm going to have so much junk. I definitely want to get that out of here sometime soon, but that room was in bad shape with the floors. So for now, we're just going to get this Hoosier cabinet out, and we do have to be super careful here because the porch is falling in, so we definitely don't want to fall through. Y'all keep in mind that this was back in January when we got this out of here, a month before I even had surgery. So I had a little limp, but I wasn't disabled, basically, like I have been for the last 3 months. But on the note of that, I am getting much better. I'm starting to walk normal and able to do so much more, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with the ACL replacement. So we're just going to be really careful and get this on the truck and get it home, get it cleaned up, and see what I can do with it. first on the agenda was getting it cleaned up, and my husband helped me a little bit to start off here. He's got the sprayer and getting just the loose dirt out, and he's about to open this top cabinet, and it looks like squirrels had been living in here. Not only living, but also pooping a bunch. So all this has to be cleaned up, and thankfully he volunteered on this. So he got most of the nasty poop out. Oh, I'm so sorry to show you guys this, but I really wanted you to see just how dirty it is. And mostly I want you to see how you can transform really something that is garbage into something amazing. So I'm using Crud Cutter. I'm going to spray everything down really, really good. And then I'm going to use hot water and Dawn dish soap and just scrub and wash as much as I can by hand. And then I will start the sanding process. So I sanded on this for the first day for probably an hour and a half or so. Mostly was still just getting dirt off, but also a little bit of paint. I think at one time it was this really pretty green, but there had been several paint layers over the years, and I wasn't able to get it all off, but I got as much off as I could. I could have stripped it, but that would have, I don't know. I think that all the paint layers was a lot of character. So I just kept sanding until I got all the dirt off and was able to at least get it painted. So like I said, I sanded a whole lot this first day, and then a couple weeks later I had surgery and it sat and I wasn't able to do anything to it. So finally, I was able to get back to it. I sanded some more on the doors and everything, and finally brought it into the basement and started painting. Now, I wanted it to be white on the inside for sure, but I did need a stain blocker as well. So I am just using an exterior white paint that we painted. We bought this to paint the doors on the walk-through doors on the building and the garage. So this is a good exterior paint, and so it should block all those stains, and I did a couple of coats of it. And for the outside, I want to use green. I'm going to be using DIY paint in the color Aviary. It's a really kind of a dark green, and I love the color. Green is my favorite color, and I really love any color of green, but I especially like this Aviary color, and I think it goes really good with the white. Y'all, look at that kitty in that drawer or cabinet. He cannot stand it if I'm painting and he's not up under me. He is the most curious little kitty in the world. For the cabinet doors, I'm going to do them white inside and out. Like I said, this is not going to be perfect. Perfection is definitely not what I'm going for here. I still want this to be old looking and like it's had 15 coats of paint, and this is just the last one. I think that this is going to be a great addition to my studio. And look how good it's cleaning up. It's already coming together after just one coat of paint. It's such a difference. I'm also going to reuse the hardware. I soaked it all in hot water for a couple of days, and I also used some Barkeeper's Friend to get all of the paint off of it. And I'm just going to give everything a coat of this aged bronze spray paint. These are just the hinges and enough knobs for the top doors. I have some more pulls that I have bought for the drawers on the bottom, so I ended up having just enough pulls for the doors. And now, after the paint has all dried, I'm going to distress the heck out of it all. I'm going to sand till you see a lot of that green underneath and even some of the bare wood. So let's take a look back at what this looked like before you see the final reveal, and stick around to the end. I have some exciting news and a last minute thing that I did to this Hoosier cabinet. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching this video of redoing this Hoosier cabinet. It was so much fun. It was spread out over several months, but I did finally get it done. I brought it in here in my studio and I've been living with it for a little while, and I decided it was just too plain, that I needed something more. So I took 3 pages from the Ephemeral Melange transfer book and put one on each of the top cabinet doors, and now I think it's absolutely perfect. I'm going to keep this for myself in my studio. It'll probably be the backdrop for a lot of my intros or whatever. With that said, I also have some more exciting news. My booth is going to be moving. So I'm going to get to show you guys the setup of my new location. And also, I am going to be carrying the Fusion Mineral Paint now. I don't have my order in yet, but be on the lookout for that on my website, susieonthefarm.com, as well as all the IOD products that you see me use. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you again next week.